McCoy. I am going to chair the meeting. We'll do a roll call. Marie, Kathy, do you want to do the roll call because you are the secretary?
Yep.
Megan? Here. Scott is
Yeah, here.
out. Neil Rice?
Okay, thank you. So we have a quorum. Approval of agenda, do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agenda's approved. Approval of the minutes, do I hear a motion to approve? Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Old business, 5.1. Next playground meeting is Saturday, January the 18th from 11 till 2. Is there any discussion this committee needs to do about that? Probably not, since it's kind of just an information document here.
We did have a location already?
We're meeting here.
Here, okay.
Yes, it's at City Hall. McCoy to send out suggested methodology for crafting playground specs, draft that will be used to solicit vendor proposals. And the meeting is here at City Hall. Rules and bylaws for the parks and landscaping, updates and feedback. As luck would have it, that's what I was on the phone about just now. That was our interim city manager. They are working on that, and he is going to send me for some information on Thursday that will apply to that. So we will put that on the agenda for February. I had to think what month this was. .3, the Tree City update, the signed application has been submitted, and I think that's usually just as simple as submitting that renewal. So we should be good to go there. New business, there's none listed. Is there any that we need to discuss?
Ordinance on the playground installation, that was no action taken.
Correct, yes.
At the BOC meeting?
At the BOC meeting, there was no action.
Wasn't voted on or anything? Or?
There was no action taken. I will speak as Debbie Rainey citizen at this moment in time. I've said this before, the Board of Commissioners' job is to protect the city's liability. Mm-hmm. And so that's our job. And what we may save in $500,000 now may cost us $5 million in 5 years. So, that's what we have to look at. We need to make sure that we're doing the correct and proper things. Some of that equipment, hopefully, will be equipment that people aren't accustomed to putting together in their backyards. It's not swing sets or slides. It's going to be specialized, hopefully, equipment. So that was our concern. My next concern is this. This makes twice that instead of us presenting a united front of recruiting volunteers to raise money, getting everybody in the city involved in this stuff, we're kind of causing these not pretty scenes. And I think it's going to impact the unity of getting this playground built. We're going to have to be able to work together and understand each other's points. And we can't, it really concerns me. So I'm hoping that we can all start kind of trying to understand, the city is not, it's like I told someone, we all live here too. All the commissioners live here. We all pay money into the city taxes. We all pay money into all the stuff. You know, Derek and I had a fundraiser that raised almost $12,000 for the sole purpose of being used for the playground. We don't want to spend $500,000 more dollars than we have to either. I have found out that the Red Caboose, that it was not all volunteer built, that they had some sections that volunteers built, you know, and people keep, we keep being told that volunteers built that. Well, not in its entirety. There was only a portion of it that volunteers built. So we really have to be able to look at this as what it is. We don't want a child hurt. We would never, ever, ever want that to happen. And I hope that we can all kind of step back and not think of this as a turf war and not think of this as us versus the city, and start working together to bring volunteers to the table that are going to help with the fundraising, because if we don't get the funds raised, we don't have to worry about who's building the playground. So I'm hoping that we can do that. I'm hoping that we can really kind of start working and saying, okay, we have got to get this money raised, and we want this playground built and kids own it in 2 years. And that's a huge goal. I think it's going to be a huge goal. You know, we're going to have to get people in who are volunteering to write grants that, you know, are submitting that information, researching that information. So I'm hoping that we can get to that point and just work together. And that's my speech now. So I'll hush. But yes, it was no action taken. Mm-hmm.
One of the other things that I think Scott might be able to use for next year for the Tree City is on March 7th, we're having another weed wrangle. And I believe he used some of that to go towards the,
What we're doing.
for this year. So we hope we get a good turnout and we can use that for next year's application.
And I hate to ask this question because this is, after all, January, now that I know that. Do we have anything planned for Arbor Day? Has that been discussed? Has that been?
Nothing yet. We could bring that up in February because that'll be upon us.
Yes, it will be upon us. So let's put that on the agenda for February, because I think we are required to have some sort of Arbor Day acknowledgement for the Tree City.
Work with the Friends and with Nancy again.
Okay, that'll be good. Okay, any citizen comments? You don't want to say anything, are you sure? That was a comment. We'll count that. Okay, is there anything else? I may have beaten Barry Sullivan's record. I want that put in the minutes.
Just the next meeting is
February the 4th.
4th, yeah.
Okay, nothing else at all? Then, Micah, please let it show in the record that I have beat Barry Sullivan's record on a tree meeting. So we are adjourned.